Hello friends, welcome back to the online labs. Today we are going to see the practicals on voltage series feedback amplifier. So here in that circuit diagram you can see there is a single stage C amplifier. We can use multi stage amplifier, 2 stage or 3 stage. So in this circuit we are using single stage C amplifier. So in this you can see there is another extra resistor RF resistor which is present just above the emitter resistor, that is RF, that is feedback resistor. So this feedback resistor RF provides the feedback for this amplifier, and it is series feedback. That is series feedback means what? It is a kind of a negative feedback. So whenever there is a negative feedback in the amplifier, the voltage gain decreases but the bandwidth gets increases. So this is the there are, as you all know, there are two types of negative feedbacks. There is series negative feedback and series shunt negative feedback. So in that, voltage series and voltage shunt. So today we are going to see voltage series feedback amplifier. So this is type of negative feedback. So you can see this RF resistor is a feedback resistor. Now we will go to the experimental kit. Here we are having, this is the 2 stage RC coupled amplifier. So in that we are connecting a feedback. So this is the link for feedback. Here you can see the output. So here, from here you can see there is a link for feedback. Here you can see the variable resistor. So this is pot. So we won't use that pot like very much. So this is the feedback, and it is given, you can see here, it is given emitter of the first stage. So it is in parallel with the C capacitor, or it is in series with RE capacitor, RE resistor. So the feedback from this link is taken across the resistor and it is given to emitter of the first stage. So whenever you will connect a link from this point to this point, you will give a feedback. Suppose I am connecting this like this. Now this is the feedback link. When I open this link, it will be without feedback, and when I close this link, it will be with feedback. So whatever output you are getting with this link connected, it will be output with feedback, and with disconnected link you will get your output without feedback. So now we will go on to the, we will disconnect this link, means we are getting output without feedback. Here you can collect the output. Here we have given the input from your function generator. So we will go to the function generator. So now you can see the input voltage we have given 20 millivolts, sine wave function, and frequency of 1.5 kilohertz or 1500 hertz. Now for this 1500 hertz, we will check what exact output we are getting. So you are getting amplified output. So you can check by just checking here. So this is voltage knob, voltage division per knob, and it is across 1, and you can see it covers almost 3 columns, 1 to 3. So you will get 3 volts output voltage. So you are getting almost 150 voltage gain from this voltage series feedback. So now look at this. This is the output voltage when there is no feedback. Now we will connect a feedback here and we will check what actually change occurs between feedback. So we will now connect the feedback here and we will go on to the CRO to check whether the output has any changes or not. So you can clearly see there is decrease in output. Earlier you are getting 3 complete squares of output. Now you are getting only just less than 2 squares. So you can see here the voltage division knob is still same on the 1. So output voltage has decreased. I will just manually remove the feedback, so you can see the change in output. So this is the output voltage without feedback, and this is the output voltage with feedback. So there is a decrease in output voltage. Now we'll check. So this is our observation table. So from this observation table we'll check different for different frequencies what exact output we are getting for constant 20 millivolt input. So we are not going to change input, we are just checking for different output for different frequencies what output voltage we are getting. This is with feedback and this is without feedback. So we'll just check for the 10 hertz. So we'll change the frequency to 10 hertz. So we'll select the frequency and we'll keep this as a hertz. So this is 10 hertz. So here you can see there is a very small output. So you can see 0.2, you can take 0.2. So this is with feedback. So this is with feedback 0.2. So here you can write it 0.2. So this is for with feedback, and I will remove the feedback from here. So without feedback don't actually get much more difference, so I can write 0.2 only. So now we will directly go on to the frequency of 50 hertz. So we will increase the frequency to 50 hertz. So now you can see there is a increase in output voltage. So you can see here 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. So 0.6 into 1, that is 0.6 volts. You can write it 0.6 volts. So this is without feedback, 0.6 volts, 0.6 volts. This is without feedback, and when I remove the feedback link from here, so I am removing the feedback link. You can see there is a change in voltage. So you can see here, you can get 0.8. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4 links. So 0.8 into 0.1, you are getting 0.8 volts. So this is without feedback, 0.8 volts. Now we'll change the frequency to 100 hertz. So we'll change the frequency to 100 hertz. So we'll check the output with feedback. So this is the output with feedback. It is coming 0.8 into 1, that is 0.8 volts, and without feedback I am just removing this link and checking the output. So without feedback it is coming out to be 1.2. See here, you can see there is 1 here and 1.2 volts. So here you can see the output voltage is increasing. Now we will change the frequency to 200 hertz. So now we will change the frequency to 200 hertz. Now you can see the output voltage is increased slightly. So it is 1.2 volts. So this is with feedback 1.2 volts, and for without feedback, so for without feedback it is again increased slightly, and it comes out to be 1.8 volts. 1.8 volts. Again we will change the frequency to 500 hertz. So we will increase the frequency to 500 hertz. So for 500 hertz, you can see here the output voltage is further increased to 2.5 volts. So this is without feedback. This is without feedback, and we are now going to change the link with feedback. So you can see there is a decrease in output. So you can check here, it is comes out to be 1.6 volts. 1.6 volts. Now we'll change the frequency to 1 kilohertz. We'll change the frequency to 1 kilohertz. Now you can see the output is almost constant. This is with feedback. So this is 1.8, 1.8, and without feedback it is again further increased. So this comes out to be 2.8. So it is 2.8. So again we are going to increase the frequency to 5 kilohertz. So set 5 kilohertz frequency. So the output, so this is with feedback output. So with feedback output it's same 1.8 hertz, sorry 1.8 volts, and without feedback it is 2.8, same 2.8. So for a constant output, we'll see when we change the frequency to 10 kilohertz, now we can see the output is same for 10 kilohertz. Without feedback 2.8, and with feedback it's 1.8. So we'll directly increase the frequency to 50 kilohertz. To 50 kilohertz we'll increase the frequency 50 kilohertz. Now we can see for the 50 kilohertz also there is the same output of 1.8, and the output without feedback is also 2.8. So 2.8. So you can see from 5K to 50K you are getting a constant output. So we'll change the frequency to 100 kilohertz. So for the 100 kilohertz you can see the output has slightly, okay, it's almost the same. Okay, so without feedback it is a 2.8 volts, and with feedback we'll check. With feedback it's okay, it is again same 1.8. So again we'll move on to the 200 kilohertz frequency. 200 kilohertz frequency. So before 200 we'll directly go to 500 kilohertz. So we will just make it as a 500 kilohertz. Now you can see, so this is the output with feedback. You can see there is decrease in output with feedback. It is comes out to be 1.2 volts, 1.2 volts, and output with feedback it is also decreasing. It comes out to be 1.4 volts, 1.4 volts. Now we'll increase the frequency to 1 megahertz. So we'll increase the frequency to 1 megahertz. So here you can see the output further decreases. It comes out to be 0.8. So this is with feedback, and without feedback also it is 0.8 volts. So this is your observation table. So according to this you are going to calculate the gain in dB with feedback. Means what? Whatever output voltage you are getting here, so you have to calculate its gain in dB, so with feedback, and this is the output voltage without feedback, so you have to calculate the gain in dB without feedback. So the formula for gain in dB is what? See here, 20 log of VO divided by V. So this is the formula for gain in feedback. So after you calculate the gain in feedback, you have to calculate these things. So you just need to draw this kind of graph on semi-log paper, and you have to calculate the bandwidth of the frequencies or this amplifier with feedback and without feedback. So, this is the final answer results. So, after calculating the or drawing the graph with this observation table, you just calculate the bandwidth with feedback and without feedback. So, this is all for the voltage series feedback amplifier. So, this is voltage series feedback amplifier. So, you can see there is a change in output voltage with feedback and without feedback. So, you can draw the observation table and graph of the voltage gain, and you can calculate the bandwidth of the amplifier with feedback and without feedback. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.